I'm beginning to believe more and more that either we were created by an intelligent being or we are living in a literal simulation. Because the theory of evolution says that random explosions and circumstances is what created the universe. But if you look into the universe, everything is based on perception, and perception is based on order. And if the universe is full of order, that means that the creation of the universe was not an accident created by random circumstances. Because think about this. Everything is made out of atoms. And 99.9% of atoms are empty space. If you broke down an atom, only 1/10,000th of 1% of the atom is actually matter. And this means that solid matter is an impossibility. This means that there's absolutely nothing in this world that is solid. Because if everything is made out of atoms, and atoms consist of 99.999% of empty space, then the mere existence of matter cannot be explained. All physical matter is there because of human consciousness. They perceive it to be there. This is what appears to us to exist here, because that's what we are taught exists here. And where do we retain information? It's our brains. It's our thoughts. Our thoughts are what perceive reality. And the way a thought works is through neurons. And neurons are sprayed with chemicals called neurotransmitters. And that transmits the way we feel. The way we feel transforms your thoughts. And your thoughts transform how you see reality. And neurotransmitters are just the chemicals in your brain, like example adenosine, which makes you tired, euphoria, things like that. That's what's sprayed into your brain, which forms your thoughts. But if you look into frequency, and frequency is the number of times an object moves back and forth per time. But frequency, when it's really broken down into its smallest component, is nothing but information and a number, the number of frequencies of a repeating event per unit or time. But think about something. Look in the room where you're at and look at the colors in the room. The only thing that differentiates red from violet or blue from green is its frequency. For example, think about a blue shirt. A blue shirt looks blue when you stare at it. Because the blue shirt absorbs every frequency of visible light except blue, and you see that object is blue. And blue is just a number. And that is perceived by your physical senses, which have evolved where you see these things as color. The same as with sounds, which is frequency, sound waves. A song is a collection of frequency which are experienced by your senses. Every guitar solo is a different frequency. Everything is frequency. Sound, matter, color is all frequency, which is a number. All the same concepts, just a different number. I guess you could come to the reasonable conclusion that numbers rule the universe. But also think about walking, getting to where you need to go, walking or driving. That's distance, and distance is also a number. If you want to make something to eat, you have to know the right amount of ingredients, which is numbers, and put it in the oven and get it out at the right time, and time is a number. You see, everything we do in our life is based on numbers. That's why it's hard for me to believe that our universe, when it has so much order, was created out of a random explosion and accident. Now let me specify, I'm not religious. I don't believe in a supreme being. But at the same time, I don't believe that we are here by accident. I think the most reasonable conclusion is that we are in a simulation, because the only thing that differentiates color or sound is your brain and your neurons and neurotransmitters, which are made of atoms, which are 99.9% empty space. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. How do you think the universe was created? Do you think that God created it? Do you believe in the theory of evolution? Do you believe that we are living in a simulation? What would be your theory of why the universe is here? And better yet, do you think the universe is here by accident, or do you think it's here for a reason? And if it's here for a reason, then you got to think, what is the purpose of the universe? And I think that if you believe that we were created by a divine being, then the purpose is to worship the creation, which means that you're worshiping the creator who made the creation. And the whole meaning of life, if you are of the belief that it's created by a creator, is to worship the creator by preserving and making his creation succeed. But if you believe that we live in a simulation, it could be that we are like that episode of South Park. There's a reality show called Earth, and maybe more intelligent beings created us in order to have entertainment purposes. Maybe they created us in order to study things. Maybe they're similar species, and they want to see how things work. Like chemtrails, how does it affect humans? How does GMO affect human bodies over time? What is it like when humans live in close civilizations versus farther away? Because what I find fascinating is that typically when people live closer together, like in a city, that they typically don't talk to each other and know each other as well. But in the country and in more rural communities where they might live a mile away or half mile away, they tend to know their neighbors better. So maybe they're thinking like me, and they want to see the interaction of humans, and they want to see how things work in order to create a better universe. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass now. But you tell me in the comments. Do you think the universe was created by accident? And if it wasn't, then why are we here? And if it was created by accident, then what is the meaning of your life? Because if you're just here by an accident, then how do you give your life meaning?